Have you ever realized you're alone in the house? You can make whatever noise you want. You can be as loud as you want. You can do whatever you want. That just happened to me. Like, I could have swore that my adult son was in his room. He works from home, so I would have assumed that's where he was, and it's just the dogs. Everybody else has gone to work, and it was awfully quiet, and I noticed that my son actually had gone to work too, and so here I am with my coffee, and it's quiet. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show you what I was doing last night because maybe you want to make this. Are you ready? I'm going to attempt this with no editing because the dogs, I think they're all outside and nobody's home. So it's me and my coffee and you. Yay. All right. What are we going to need for this? Well, I'd like to keep it. My son is not gone. I'm not alone. I can't make as much noise as I want. And now I'm debating, do I edit this video?
Better stay in the fucking video because that was hilarious.
Okay, but now you just cussed in the video.
Then put a little boop over it because that was hilarious.
Okay, he's saying keep it in the video. I'm sure you're hearing this conversation. I will decide at the end whether or not that's going to happen. It's happening. Where were you?
On my freaking bed.
I didn't see you when I looked in there. Yeah, I must be blind. Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep it. And we'll do this anyway. Let me show you what I made last night. I have a huge pile of guest checks. Oh, you can't see them. Here's what they look like. Huge pile, Dollar Tree. And I thought I need to use these up. So, you know what I did? I made some fun tags. And that is fabric and a pre-made wax seal. So I'll just really quick show you some of them. And I thought maybe we could make some. I've got, you know, reds and pinks and just different colors. I was going through and using up scraps of fabric, and I had a bunch of wax seals I made that I wasn't using. Yeah. So do you have any wax seals? If not, don't worry. You don't have to have them for this project. You can use buttons or maybe a fussy cut, anything you want. So what did I do? Well, let me set these off to the side. Okay, here's what I did. Grabbed a guest check. Now, if you don't have one, grab a, that used to be just a plain index card that I cleaned up some ink with, so I figured, well, we could use that. Or maybe grab a piece of paper, anything you've got, cut it to the size that you want. Again, you see the different sizes? Doesn't matter. And then what I was doing was I was actually going around the edges with whatever color of fabric I was going to use. But for this, I'm just using my brown because that was what was next to me here. And we won't do that one because there's already brown on that. Oh, yeah. We could do the back. You don't have to because it depends on how you're going to use this. Are you going to put this down in a pocket? Or maybe you're going to glue it down as a fabric flip. So we start with this. And then what's next? Well, oh, you can't see. It's my bin o' fabric scraps. Believe it or not, they're scraps. And one thing I noticed was I had not done anything in green. So let's just grab green fabric. I've got only a couple of things in green. I do have a few itty bitty scraps here, but nothing big enough to do this with. So I'm going to grab this. And this was a fat quarter from Joann Fabrics because they're going out of business. And what I did was I took this, I just laid that there. I grabbed scissors, I cut a little notch there, and a little notch there, and rip. And then it happens to fit over top of that, right? So then, let's see. Let me grab, how did I attach these? I sewed them. But if you don't have a sewing machine, let me show you what you can do. Stapler. Just come in here because I'm trying to make this easy enough for beginners. But if you are not a beginner and you have a sewing machine and want to use it, just zoom, sew the top. But we are going to come in here with staples and zoom in a little now. And so this is what we have. Kind of plain. You could leave it like this if you wanted to. Not a big deal. I think for this one, that other green actually there might be enough. Let's just see. There is. Okay. So I'm going to lay this here. And I'm just going to go a little cut here. And I think this one I'm going to make a little shorter. You can make it whatever size you want. There we go. And that one will go over top of this. And then we'll come in. I think I'm going to turn it. Actually, you know, I'm going to try and rip this side off too. Got it. Because I like that frayed look. And then we'll staple. Oh, we'll try. Come on now. There we go. Now we've got it stapled. So what's next? Well, you really could do whatever you want once you have this base down. But what I was doing was just putting a simple word sentiment down here. I have this little bin. And what I did was I actually just stamped words on old book pages, the blank parts, and then ripped them out. And so you could just do that, or maybe then glue it to another book page. I think we'll do that one. I have others here, but nothing in green. So maybe, let's see. I have some of these weird Tim Holtz sentiments, but it's like they're not full sentences. It says the little stars. Oh, that one says love greatly. It's just they're so small. What else do I have? Joy. But again, these are tall and a little big. Why not? Let's just, and there's no organization in this drawer. Rest. Let's use that. I am going to go in a few weeks, from when I'm recording this at least. I'm going to go on a beach trip with some ladies, and the theme is rest. So is that too big for that? Why don't we put that one over here and that one there? And so all we have to do is grab some glue. I'm going to grab a book page and stick glue. And get that on there. I'm still a little too far away. And then this one. Just want to make sure I cover the whole thing with glue. There we go. And get rid of that. So now we have that. Now this is where I knew it needed something, but I wasn't sure what. So let's see. I've got, if you don't have any, wax seals, do you have buttons? Because you could always, let's see. Oh, look, that button has green on it. Or maybe we want that. No, I like that. We're gonna go with that button. And then, what about something like, nope, that's not quite right. Nope. Are we even gonna find one? Gray? That's a maybe. What about mint? I actually like that. Okay. What this does is it kind of weights down the fabric, and it gives it just a little something. Now with this, you could glue it on with something like this, but I actually have my hot glue gun ready because it's going to be a faster hold. But when using the hot glue gun, I open this up and lay it out like that because I don't want the fabric to stick to the paper, and it could. And I'm just going to get glue on here and plop that down. That's very easy, but with this one, be aware. When you use hot glue on this wax, it will start melting the wax. So don't put a bunch of hot glue and then press down, or what's going to happen is you're going to lose your pretty picture in there, and it's just going to be a blob. So here's what you do. You can either put it directly here or here, but when you do it and you put it down, okay, give it a second and gently, quickly press. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't hold it down and really push good, because you're going to flatten that. And that is what we have. And it's so simple. Now, you could do more. You know, you could add lace at the top. Maybe a, what do you call that? A tab? Oh, let me look over here in my scrap fabric and see what else I have. Let's get some of this white. What I mean is, oh, that's double. It's gonna be hard to rip. Oh, yeah, I can't rip it. And then maybe about an inch apart. I got it. And then I'm gonna come in here and just cut that off. And then let's just cut, oh, maybe like a 3-inch piece. 2 of them. And I'm gonna take the little one and I could attach it like that, see? Or I could even put it up here, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put a little hot glue there. Come to the back, put a little there. See, it just gives a little something extra. Oh my gosh, the strings are hanging everywhere. Let's do this one. Now, do you see why I don't put it here? I put it here instead. It's just easier. Less trying not to burn yourself. So just put your glue here instead of directly on that flap of fabric. Trust me, it's easier. And then we need to pull off those little strands of glue that are everywhere. Whew. All right. And it's as simple as that. I love it. And now we've got a couple green to go with the others. Oh, we cannot forget our verse of the day. Just pull from the front. It is Proverbs 13:12. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. Proverbs are just a bunch of wise sayings. Proverbs kind of, it's talking about three people: the wise, the fool, and the wicked. They're not promises, they're general sayings, because there could be some not always true type, you know. You could say somebody who wins the lottery is always going to blow their money and be more in debt than when they started, before they won the lottery. Well, that's not always true. There are people out there who could win a chunk of money or inherit a chunk of money, and they would be wise in investing and saving and things like that. You see what I mean? It's just kind of a in general. Anyway, just thought I'd say that about Proverbs. So should we do another one? How about trying it with just a piece of printer paper. This one I dyed with the saffron. And maybe we'll do a little bit bigger tag. So I can't even get in the shot. There we go. So we'll just rip that. Oh, but you know what? It's a little flimsy. Ah, boy. Let's actually fold it. And then, oh, this is a whole nother idea. And then let's use some fabric, maybe something I haven't used before. How about, yeah, we could do, no, how, oh my gosh, decisions. Let's use navy blue. I haven't done anything in navy blue yet. And for this one, what we'll do, open the fabric, goodness sakes, and then I'm going to take this and put it right there, and cut a little notch there, and one there, and rip. Okay. And then that could go like that, where we have this showing, or we could do this way. Let's do this way. And what we'll do is line it up at the top, the same thing we did before, either sew or staple. Oh my. Hold still, guy. Okay, and then if this was to flip up, and then this one can flip up, let's make a crease there. Then this one could either be glued to a page, or the whole thing can go down in a pocket. So very simple. But then what? I have an idea. Let's, instead of our white fabric, let's see if we have any lace. I do, and I'm just grabbing the first one, but the problem is others came with it. Let's separate that and put that back. Okay, let's take this lace and go across the top with it. And what I'll do is I'm going to run the glue over the paper clips. And then press that down. Shoop. Okay, get the glue off my fingers. And we could totally leave it like that. Isn't that adorable? But I think I want to add a button. We could do clear. Oh, look. Wait a minute. We could put it up there. Let's do this button. It does have the little hump on the back. So I do need to make sure I get enough glue on it that it will stay. There we go. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And we can totally just leave it like this. Or you could come in with your ink and dauber and go around the edges of the pages. What else could we do to it? We could flip it up and put something there, like, let's just grab, I have this little, it looks like a book, but it's a box, and it holds little Tim Holtz butterflies and flowers, so we could come in here and see if we can find something. Oh, and at the bottom, I've cut out little things from magazines. I have a frog, a cactus, a bird. No. What is? Oh my gosh, that's a huge thing. It won't fit. Let's see. I need something smaller. And these are so big. That purple doesn't go. Red, no, that's too big. Too big. All these are too big. Darn it. Whoa. And now I've got a mess. Something smaller. Man. Let me see what I have. Oh, that's right. I have this. It does have smaller stuff. You know what we could do? Something simple. Always love. Up here, down here. Let's put it down there. Since I have my hot glue out. Oh, and it's running out. I was going to say, we may as well use it. And then we'll just, right down there at the bottom. There we go. And maybe we could find something in here. This flower has kind of blues. Should we do that one? Let's just do it. And I actually think I want it on this side. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. Now you could, if you don't have any little pieces, you could come in and just stamp something. Let me see what I've got stamp-wise. Let's see. I have this little thing. I got it, what does it say? Pegstamps.com. I don't know. I got it at a resale shop. There were like 2 or 3 for 10 cents. Oops. There goes my glue gun. And you know what we could do? Go up the side. There we go. How easy is that? Quick and easy, fun for inside a journal. All right, that is all for today, guys. It was something I was working on the last few days. And I really actually had no intent of showing, because for me, in my mind, I thought it was just so simple that no need to show it. But, you know, I think sometimes, like with this playlist I have about back to the basics and junk journaling for beginners, I think it is important to show things that I think nobody wants to see, because what if you've never thought of this? What if you're a beginner and you're like, oh my gosh, that's fairly easy. I have the supplies. Anyway, share your ideas, no matter how tough, easy, simple, detailed they are, because they may be exactly what somebody else needs to get their mojo, their creativity running. And if you have adult children that enjoy scaring the crap out of you, like my son did to me, roll with it, because you know what that means? They're taking the time out of their day to give mama attention. I do apologize for screaming. I apologize because somewhere in there he said a naughty word. I have decided not to edit this video and leave it. Why? Because, well, you need to see that real life happens. Not just to you, but to everyone. Now, sometimes I edit because it's easier on you guys, in my opinion, to not have all the baloney stuck in there, quick and to the point, right? But sometimes I think we need to have a little fun. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. If this inspired you at all, could you give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments that you're gonna try something like this? And then if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you here as a new viewer. And thank you if you already are subscribed to my channel. I really, really appreciate you. And I'm glad to have you here as my friends. Bye, guys.